back. Single 40 podcast 38. We're here with Eric and Nikki from Videolux. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So we met these guys almost a year ago, last December, I think it was, and we did a podcast with Eric. And over the last year, we've came back to the Philippines a couple of times, spent some time with them, gone out with them in Makati. We all went to Boracay together. So we're back here, and we figured why not sit down with them, add Nikki to the podcast, and here we are.
Yes, it's your first time. How do you feel?
I'm a little bit nervous.
There's no need to be nervous. There's going to be like 300 people that watch this thing. It's all good.
Meanwhile, it'll be like 30,000.
That's what we hope for.
It's the one that blows up.
That's what we hope for. So what's new with you guys? What have you guys been up to? Videolux channel, what's going on with that?
Well, we went through a bit of a phase because of the new law here in the Philippines, Republic Act, whatever, 2025-01, which is built on the National Data Privacy Act of 2012, which, believe it or not, and even I didn't know this. So I've been making videos in the Philippines since 2012. But in 2012, they passed this law that basically said you have to blur out anyone that be considered a bystander in your video, right? And the reason why is because they declared that PII, personally identifiable information, is considered your image. So if I'm going around filming and uploading for public consumption, then technically I'm sharing somebody's PII by sharing their image. So the law has a lot of like sort of legal doublespeak in it, as you might expect, where it says you're required to use available technology to blur out bystanders. But then it also sort of has a clause that says it's suggested that you blur out what they call vulnerable individuals.
Like children.
Like children and I suppose old people, right? Or maybe that means people that are either in wheelchairs or not wearing body armor. I don't know. It doesn't spell it out very clearly. And then it also has this clause that sort of indicates why you're like, in vloggy selfie mode, which personally I don't really prescribe to, that if you capture someone in the background, it's supposedly like incidental and okay. So in other words, as long as it's not the main, focus of your camera, then it's supposedly okay. But the bottom line ended up being you need to include an opt-out clause for everybody on all of the descriptions of your social media platforms. So what the updated 2025 Act sort of brought into play was, so on all your channels, you need to have like a link or an email that says, hey, we follow Data Privacy Act, purpose for entertainment and information. You have the right to opt out. If you want to opt out, click the link. So I go in and, I make a Google form and, it says fill this, nonsense out if you want to opt out of the video.
So my question is, like, you go into a private establishment like a bar.
Yes.
Does it apply there?
It does. And that was one of the original questions too, but there's another clause in the law which basically says when you're going into a private establishment that's open to the public, so therefore it's considered a public domain.
Now, what if the bar posts a sign that says we are currently filming inside? If you do not want to have your NIL part of the film, yes, please do not enter.
So that is what they call fair warning. It's like some element of fair warning. So you can announce to people, hey, look, we're filming in the bar. If you don't want to be filmed, either don't come in or tell me, right? Like, so I could go in here, I'll be like, hi, I'm filming for my YouTube channel. Is it okay? And they're like, I don't want to be on YouTube. All right, I'll blur that guy out. Everyone else is cool. But you're not going to go into a giant room and be like, hi, sign this opt-in form, click on my link. It's like, no, it's, but we went into Medusa the other night, which is like a new sort of fancy.
It's a high-end.
Yeah.
High-end club.
It's a dinner club. And they had a big sign right out front that said, we will be filming in this establishment. If you don't want to be on film, don't come in.
See, that's what we're hoping for. Obviously, you guys have been a part of our channel now and been to Angeles City with us and done bar hopping. So we're hoping, because now when we go there, we're all invited to these different establishments. So that's what we're going to set down with the bar is like, hey,
right,
we don't want to be blurring people out. So we need to post a sign that says, when you come in here, Single 40's filming. And if you're going to walk in this bar, you could possibly end up on film.
Yeah. And I think I think that's fine. That's perfectly fine. And even just including the opt-out link, the opt-out clause, like maybe just a little at the end of your video, be like, hey, if you don't want to, if you're, what did I say? If you find yourself, in the video, if you're arbitrarily whatever in the video, then, you can opt out by clicking this link. So it's sort of like when they say, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Oh, interesting. I mean, we had a case recently, how we give away like the t-shirts in Angeles. We also do the tattoo, and had a couple young ladies come get tattoos and t-shirts and then reach out to us. And it was only a short video, thankfully, instead of like a long format video. And they wanted the video taken down because they didn't know they were going to be on social media.
Yeah.
And obviously it was confusing to us because we're like, well, why did you show up for the tattoo in that photo if you didn't know? But anyways, and we took it down on the request because we're like, we're not trying to cause anybody problems. And, but we had to make it clear with the guys there, like anytime you guys are filming people for us, like make it clear to them that they're going to end up on this channel. And if they don't want, that's fine. Then don't film them and don't give the tattoo and the t-shirt.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
that's where we came to.
And I've said this to Nikki on occasion, like, cause she has a lot of her friends that'll come and join us, and they're nice people, and they're, some of them, believe it, even though they go wild because they're Filipinos and they're drinking, they're essentially conservative. And they'll be like, I don't want to be in the video, and I'm like, okay, great. And I'm like, you told me up front. Now I know to either blur you out or not get you in the frame. It's the ones that are afterwards. They're like, you post the video. They're like, oh, I don't want to be in the video. And it's like, now it's a headache.
Yeah, no shit. Like, what the hell do you think I was doing with the camera?
Right. Not like you don't know what I do. And then the next sort of part of that, whereas it's like, they're like, well, we want to come and, join your nice VIP party. And I'm like, well, you're welcome. And they're like, but we don't want to be on video. I'm like, well, we're filming video. So if you come to the table, you're on video. It's like, I got to the point where I was just like, love to have you, but
it is what it is. Right. It is what it is. And that's the way we roll.
Is taking a lot.
The blurring is ridiculous.
It's super hard.
And I'm like, I'm not saying that it's her friends in particular, but like, you've had people, you put up a video and they're like, how dare you put up my video? I have a boyfriend. I'm like, okay, well, so you're out partying with your friends and you're in a video. Like, is that something you're not allowed to do?
Well, that's their problem for lying to the guy where they were at, right?
It's like, look,
and that's what we try to make clear on our stuff. It's like, if we're filming, what do you think the fuck's gonna happen, right?
They even treat them like.
Right, they threaten. They're like, I'm gonna go to immigration and have you deported. And I'm like, there is a little thing called public domain out there, but in the Philippines they don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
They
really people have threatened that on you?
Oh, yeah.
Friends of your guys'?
No,
acquaintances.
Acquaintances.
Yeah. Or acquaintances of acquaintances.
Because they don't understand when I say, okay, I'm gonna tell Eric. Okay, but because if he won't take it down, I'm gonna go like this. But then Eric, it's okay.
I'll either blur it out or take it down.
Yeah.
Because some of the tools on like the YouTube platform, for example, they allow you pretty good access to get in there now and do post editing to something that's uploaded.
Oh, that's
it'll even do facial recognition. You can tell it just blur out this 8 seconds of the video, stuff like that.
No, that's cool.
But they know already that Eric is doing video.
But
it's not a secret,
I should
right?
get like a table placard and be like,
And
filming
they get
for
shot.
Videolux tonight.
It's like almost put it on a t-shirt that you wear. Like I'm
put it in your
filming.
Filming.
Like this thing in my hand is a camera. But everyone has phones nowadays, and I mean, it's definitely changed over time because, I mean, you're from the U.S. and back in the day, if you took a picture of somebody, they would snap on you probably. But nowadays, it's like there's cameras everywhere, so people are getting more and more used to it. But
well, the thing about the cell phones is some strangely enough, Filipinos don't consider the cell phone camera or video to be a real camera. So like, I'll go up to a club and they'll be like, sorry, sir, you can't bring your, little action camera in. I'll be like, what about my cell phone? They'll be like, oh, that's fine. I'm like, the cell phone's shooting in 4K. Like,
I mean, isn't like an iPhone 16 camera like better than most of the?
It literally is.
Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy
like,
part is
okay.
like these iPhones are just as sophisticated and nicer, than the action cameras. But yeah, we were in Vietnam and it was like the same kind of thing. Like even just walking down the street, I mean, people obviously were filming, but everyone has their phone, right? And there was no issues, but it's a weird thing.
Right. As soon as you break out the camera, it's just like, no video.
That was in the last weekend.
Oh yeah. One of her girls is like, don't put me in the video.
It's like, well, then just don't come out with us.
Yeah.
Because video is part of your life. I mean, it's your
Yeah.
livelihood. It's part of your life. And obviously you're showcasing nightlife. And I don't know why people don't get it, but
Sometimes I always told them like we are doing like if they don't remember that Eric is doing video. I told them they will remind me. They say, "Oh, I don't want the video like that."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be in video.
And I got to the point where I'm like, okay, well then don't join the table.
yeah, no, you should. And I mean, we've been out with you. You're not one of those guys that's holding the camera the entire time you're out. You pick and choose your moments to film. And it's like, just be on the other side of the bar when Eric breaks the camera out. It's not that fucking complicated, but oh well, it is what it is.
Yes, it is. It is what it is. So basically, I went from doing a series of experiments with videos that uploaded where I made a solid attempt to absolutely blur out every single person that could be considered a bystander. And then I kind of presented it like, well, how do you interpret the law? Like, is it everybody that has to be blurred out? And that's what this would look like. I mean, what do you think of this? How would you like watching that video? And like, I think I made 5 or 6 like that. And not only did they just, it's like, I'll spend all this time, capturing 4K shots, and then I'll go back to the studio and blur half of it out. It's like, ugh. It's like nobody wants to watch that.
No, definitely
Yeah,
not.
it's time consuming as hell too.
So then it was like, okay, well, you have the members only. So members only always get, uncensored cuts every week, extra cuts, all that stuff. So it's like now members only get real videos and you get, blurry junk. It's like, ugh. So then I kept looking at the law and I talked to a lawyer and like, we settled on the opt-out clause. So again, it's just, look, if you find yourself in the video, you just request to be taken out. It's like, you don't have to file,
You don't
a
have to
complaint with the
threaten.
Justice Department or,
No, I think the opt-out clause is good, and then it kind of gives you freedom to shoot. And then if somebody, I mean, let's get real. Not everybody that's going to be in the background of your videos is going to come across your fucking content, right? So it's like, let's just wait for that to happen
That's
and then
right.
go from there. But the friend acquaintance thing is a little frustrating.
It is.
Because that's not a secret, right? I mean, I can understand people not wanting to be filmed in a public place and you're filming and they get caught on camera and they see it. Okay, fine, take it down. But
And I know, like, I have some business associates, they're like, that they'll come out and I know they're just like, straight up, don't put me on camera. It's been that way since day one. So for them, guys like that, I make an exception. But yeah, I mean,
but that's known. And like you said, you guys go way back. And
we go way back. These guys are running businesses, with the internet the way it is today. You used to be able to upload your name and your phone number and it would give you like your background information. Now all you got to do is put up like a photo of yourself.
Yeah,
and
totally.
The internet will find you wherever you are. And it's like, oh wait, that guy's in Manila, partying. But he's the CEO of our company. It's like,
A funny story about that. Eli Manning, who used to be the quarterback of the New York Giants. I don't know if you remember, years ago, he got filmed in a bar when he was playing football and he was all drunk and you could tell on the film. So he's obviously got a nephew that plays college football now who's, becoming a massive celebrity. And I saw an interview with him and he was telling him that he told his nephew, don't ever get caught in a picture with a drink in your hand. Kind of being funny about his experience of looking like an idiot drunk at a bar. But then they really started talking about it. And it's just like, yeah, if you're in a position like a business person or a celebrity and like you have a whatever, I don't know what the term I'm thinking of, but you have a standard to live by, you got to be careful, and it's not always good to have a picture of yourself with a drink in your hand. So I respect people that live a lifestyle where they don't want that public perception of them. So I get it.
and some of that's in their contract, like you're an athlete, you should only uphold athletic stuff. And, if we catch you like on the internet, snorting lines, we're going to cancel your contract.
Nobody wants to look like an asshole, right? It is what it is. But let's take a fucking like hard left turn. How did you guys meet, Nikki?
Yes, in your own words.
Yeah, you guys are a little celebrity couple here in the Philippines. So I want to hear how this started.
Me?
Yeah. How'd we meet? Or where'd we meet?
we met in Market, National Bookstore in Taguig.
A bookstore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's solid. That's
Yeah.
like as good as a church or bookstore.
Bookstores are fantastic spots to meet
Meet a good
No.
girl for
lovely
sure.
young Filipinas.
That's
yes.
awesome.
So she's, buying stuff for her nephew and niece, school stuff, right? And I don't know why I was in there, and I see her and I'm just like, wow. And I just it's small talk. Oh, hi, you're shopping, I'm shopping, I'm done, you're done. There's a Starbucks. Like, how about we get a cup of coffee?
So you approached her.
I did.
And what were you thinking about this guy?
I was just answering as well. But I was with my cousin.
She was actually a little reserved. And her English was kulang
Cool.
at the time. It wasn't as great as it is now.
Still not great. Still learning.
So we go to coffee. I think it was coffee, right?
No, we stayed to like a food court outside.
Oh, we went to
and
food court.
Stayed there for like about 5 hours before we went to what do you call this? The
The Fort Strip.
Strip. Yeah.
Yeah, the Fort Strip, which is now demolished, by the way. It was
So 5 hours of just talking and getting to know each
Yeah.
other?
Was kind of waiting for my cousin.
Yeah, and we ate like whatever with little
Food
Filipino
courts, yeah.
foods that were in the corner, or like it's a Filipino food area outside Market. And we were sitting outside and we talked for a while, and I'm like, hey, it's getting dark. I'm thinking about heading over to this other spot. Like, you might get a drink or two. And she's like, yeah, okay. Cousin splits. We go to Fort Street. And I'm pretty sure we got drunk.
It was raining.
I don't
It was
remember
raining.
that.
I wasn't going to take a motorbike.
Yes.
And it was raining. It started raining.
Right. So I was just like, well, it's late. My condo's right over here. Like, it's raining. Like, I'm like, I'll be a gentleman. Like, I got a couch. Like, it's all good. Like, I like you. And she was really just like, I don't think so, bro. And somehow or other, I convinced her, or she was just, not that I was trying to convince, but like, I put the offer out there. I was sincere. Maybe she understood the sincerity, and she's like, okay. So we go back to my place, and
That's how it started.
yeah, literally. The
And you
rest,
never left.
yeah, never
Actually,
left.
it's because it went lockdown. The lockdown happened.
Yeah,
So
then-
The pandemic hit.
Yeah. But no, like really, like that was the night she said the magic words. He said breathlessly in my ear, I hope you'll be my last.
Hi.
Or my forever, is what they say. And then I'm like, well, in that case, honey, I'm like, you might as well move in. So we spent a lot of time together after that. Like, there wasn't any like slow dating period. I thought she was fantastic. And then we took a trip, went to Puerto Galera, and like the day we came back, they locked everything down. Now, the crazy thing about lockdown at the time was they didn't let you out. So she's in my condo, and they're like, well, you're not allowed out, and you can't leave Taguig. It's like, well, I have to go home. I want to see my family, whatever. Like, sorry, you're not allowed out. You can't leave. So that first period of lockdown lasted for 90 days. It was 3 months. There's like 10 days to flatten the curve. 90 days later, we have been living together 24/7 without a break for 3 months straight. Like, when we went
That's
outside,
wild. That's wild.
it 2 hours a day outside, and and an hour of that was standing in a line to get into the supermarket.
We can't even holding hands.
Right, they didn't let you hold hands. You had to wear not only the mask but
Yeah.
the face shield.
So
And there's a time, like after a few months, like it's only one person can come out at the household. But unless if you guys going to buy some medicine or like needs.
Yeah, you could
But
only.
if it's just grocery, no, only one person.
Yeah,
so you first get an assist from Mother Nature and it starts raining and she doesn't want to take a motorbike
Yep.
home. That was the first assist you
No,
got.
I was going to take motorbike, but then it's raining.
it's raining, so Mother Nature hooked me up.
He helped him out. Yeah, Mother Nature helped him out. And then the government helped you out with the lockdown and you guys were
Yeah, I figured if we didn't kill each other in 90 days of being 24/7, and I am not joking about that. It
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
like
you took the
it
words
wasn't
out
like,
of my
hey, I'll
mouth.
go down to the pool while you chill for a while. It was like the pool was closed, the sky decks were closed, the
Yeah,
gym was
nothing.
closed, everything was closed.
And were you working from home, or did you still have to go to an office?
I
or-
was well, we have emergency like sort of, backup plan for things that might happen like this. So within a week, we'd been able to mobilize the entire office operation to home-based operations.
So you were stuck there too. You guys were
Yeah.
together there all
Yeah,
day,
so-
every day.
All
And I think
24 hours.
I think I was working weird hours as usual, like
9.
8 p.m. to like 5 a.m. and then it would switch and I would work like 4 p.m. to midnight and then it would switch and I'd be working like 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. Like there were some weird.
So there was basically only two outcomes. Either you guys are going to end up hating each other, or
Yes.
you guys are going to fall in love and get married. I mean, I don't see any other outcome from that situation.
Right. And September, now it's been 6 years for us. So like we literally just had our anniversary.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool. I mean, you're like a pandemic wedding, but
Yes.
like I said, either you're going to kill each other and hate each other and never talk again, or it was just going to work out.
The old shotgun relationship, right?
Yeah, that one's by government force.
Government just
though.
like, you ain't going no place.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But, now that I look back on it, I realized that if she hadn't been there and I'd have been forced to stay in that condo alone and had like no contact except for like online work or for 3 months or more, because the lockdown ended up lasting in some capacity for 3 years. So the first 3 months was hardcore, Nazi level, show me your paper stuff.
Yeah.
And then it went on to various levels of that. And I realized I'm like, so many guys bolted from the Philippines because they're just like, what am I going to do? Sit in my condo alone all day, every day, doing nothing. I can't even go to a restaurant. I can't do anything except get takeout, go to the pharmacy, or go to the market. No visitors whatsoever.
Yeah, you're like in solitary confinement.
Yeah, you wouldn't even let your mom in your condo.
Yeah.
Like no visitors whatsoever.
Even with the test, not allowed.
Right. Like you couldn't even get like, I want to add someone to my lease. Nope, sorry. Well, we'll get a test. Nope,
So yeah,
sorry.
you were lucky in that fact. You guys had at least companionship.
Yes.
Where
It's very tough.
And yeah, it was tough.
I
We-
can't visit mama.
Right. And then like we'd have to figure out how
And
how
she was
could
sick
we-
and it's so hard
yeah.
to book like to send grocery for her.
how far away did your mom live?
It's Pasig, it's the end. How many hours?
maybe-
It depends the traffic.
So just the other side of the city,
Yeah, like the
basically.
other side of
But
the city,
when you're
so-
locked down, it's far away.
Well, right, because they don't let you cross the boundaries
Yeah.
unless you have a medical
Certificate.
like that says you're transporting medical supplies.
Yes.
So that's what we did. We found someone that did medical supplies, and we're like, well, this isn't quite medical, but food is health. So we hired them basically to drive food over.
How is your mom now? Is she better?
She just got proper diagnosis last year and she's getting better, way much better compared to
good,
the last
good.
few years.
Good to hear.
Yeah, I remember. I think we came across your channel like during the pandemic,
Well, yeah, we did.
and I do remember like you making videos about like not being able to go to the gym or the pool, and I just remember being like, dude, Philippines is a different place. Because for us, I mean, fortunately, like we didn't really stop working. We were, our lives didn't really change drastically back home. So
They were saying that it was worse than China here.
Jesus.
But then I heard like they were like nailing doors shut in China. So I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't that bad.
At least you could open your door,
Right.
right?
There was a time in our condo next door was like the guy that neighbor. Can I say that? Can I say it?
Yeah. Nobody knows who it is.
I think it's about of stress or being alone. So he just end himself.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he killed himself.
Yeah.
I think
mean-
I think there were 2 suicides in the
Yeah.
building.
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, no, there's all kinds of mental health issues that they've talked about ever since, COVID, and even with like kids not being able to go to school and socialize, and that's a whole
So when there's a delivery, I don't want to go alone in the hallway. I'm scared. Maybe there's a ghost. Ghost.
A ghost. Yeah, man.
White lady.
The ghost of the guy that offed himself
Because the
next door.
same building, and then
Yeah.
it's just
Jeez.
it's like front, like this, and this is our side.
That was a nice building, and there were a
Yeah,
lot of
it's
Airbnb
beautiful.
condos in there. And during the lockdown, there might have been 20 people living in that entire building.
Wow. So it's not like you could even create community with your neighbors. So you
No.
didn't have any neighbors.
No, and even if you did, they were all like super programmed to think you were like insanely infectious and wouldn't let you in
In the
there.
elevator, only 4 people can ride,
And you
and
had-
then people like the person who's working at the condo is speaking in the elevator. If you don't put your
Security
mask on,
cam.
you have to put
Wow.
your mask on.
In the elevator, there were arrows pointing to the corners of the elevator.
Yeah.
So when you got in the elevator, you had to stare into the corner.
Yeah, you have
So
to
you
face
couldn't
separate.
breathe in anyone's direction. And when I know
Yes.
it's so ridiculous.
Like you're breathing in this metal
Right,
box
with
anyway.
with a mask on and a face shield, and it's like,
You're not allowed to talk.
right, again, not allowed to
No
talk.
talking.
Like one day, like her and I come back from shopping, like, I put the face mask up, I pull the thing down, I'm like, man, it's hot out today. And like the speaker comes on the elevator, it's like, sir, no talking, put your mask on. It's like, what? Like you guys really, really need a hobby.
No, the Philippines was no joke. I remember when we came back over here, I don't think it was our first trip back, but it was the second one. So a lot of the rules were still in place. And we flew from Hawaii to Guam on United Airlines, and we didn't have to wear masks because it took off from the United States. And then we got off that plane, and pretty much everyone that was on that plane that was going to the Philippines, it was half the plane probably got on another plane from going to the Philippines, and they made us put masks on. It's like, we've all been in the same plane coming from Honolulu to Guam for the last 5 hours. Now we're on this plane for 3 hours and we got to wear masks because we haven't infected each other yet. It's ridiculous.
I can't comment on it.
But let's turn this more positive and get past the pandemic. So after you guys obviously grew your relationship through solitary confinement, everything opened up and your channel just blew up because you two hit the town and started partying and filming. And
Yes. And there's a lot of backstory to that. At the time, I wasn't really into partying. I certainly wasn't into drinking. I mean, I'd have a couple of beers, that kind of thing. But,
this girl drinks. I've seen it.
well, at the time, she didn't either.
No, I was.
What ended up happening
But
was,
mostly at home.
Really?
Like a drink, like bottle of MP Light, Emperador,
Yeah,
like.
like the
But I don't
Filipinos-
really drink beer, so he used to bring me to what was that
The
called?
brewery.
The brewery,
Yeah.
and like he
Craft
order
beers.
500 ml, and I will get 250, and 2 to 3 sip. I feel like I'm already drunk.
right, those are
Yeah.
good times. But what ended up happening, such a long story short. So despite the fact that things were opening up, they were opening up under curfew. So like, this is where we got in with Lips, and this is why Lips became a big thing. Like the owner was a friend of mine, and he's like, hey, we're opening up a new spot. And we're like, wow, that's cool. We'll check it out. And then we go down there. And then that owner, my friend knew like 2 or 3 other of my friends. So we go down there, all my boys are there, we're high-fiving. And like I said, there were like 10 or 15 foreigners left in the country at this point. So every Filipina in the city was just like, I want a foreign boyfriend, and like you guys are like bullseyes. So we all had our pick of like the hottest girls in Manila, and like all my boys roll in with like 8, 9s, and 10s, and it's just like, before you know it, like this is the only spot in the city where we're all going. You can go out any night of the week. Curfew would be 8 p.m. We go out at 4 p.m. Like 4 p.m. we're in the bar. There's like 6 people in there, 6 girls. We're jiving, we're dancing, whatever. And then it's just like alarm, alarm, and it's like what? It's like, as soon as like everyone's mask on, everyone's 6 feet apart, everyone's sitting there, like lift up mask, sick beer, police come in, video. Is everyone complying? Is everyone complying? Yes, we're all complying. And look up the street with a walkie-talkie kind of thing. It was just like, it was crazy. Lips was the one bar, to my knowledge, that really followed the protocols well. So they never shut them down. So when curfew was 10 p.m., we partied at 10 p.m. Curfew was midnight, we partied midnight. And
They say 30% capacity only, that
Right.
they are not allowed to let it,
yeah, that was
let
the other
in
thing.
people
There was the
anymore.
whole capacity thing.
No
where it's
matter
like-
like your friend or whatsoever.
So like if there are 100 people allowed in the bar, they only let 30 in. And it was like that everywhere. Restaurants too. Like they're like, if you're a star-bellied sneetch, you can come inside, but if you're not a star-bellied sneetch, you have to sit outside with the rest of the dirty, regulated sneetches. So, but it kind of it sparked an underground. So I'm gonna say, let's just say speakeasies became popular. And you saw this on the news. It's not a secret. Like, bar gets busted with like 600 foreigners in it. Like all the foreigners get like wheeled out, like, walk of shame, put in the back of a police truck, hauled away.
Perp walk.
Yeah. So we were partying in a couple of these spots. It was all after hours. And of course I was filming it, but I knew I couldn't publish it on YouTube. And then that's where like and I'm like, well, I have this, YouTube gave me this membership thing and it's this top tier membership and it's not like it's cheap. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to publish a series called Manila After Dark just for members only.
So that's how it started.
Yes. So then what ended up happening was the membership started growing. So once the membership started growing, a lot of these guys would like, I'd be like, hey, you're a top tier member. You want to talk? Give me a call. You want a little consultation? I'm happy to let you know what's going on. So I had a list of guys that were just chomping at the bit to get back into the Philippines. And they're like, let me know as soon as this changes. Let me know as soon as that changes. And then as soon as all this stuff changed, these guys are like rolling in and they're like, show me the spots. So the next thing you know, I'm taking guys out like every night. So
And the group of circle of friends,
Yes, and-
acquaintances is increasing.
right.
Like
The entourage is growing.
Yes, and we would introduce them around, and then some guys would stay, and some guys would wash out, and then but it definitely became a huge community, and a lot of I say the success of those videos early on were because she would come out with all her hot friends.
my friends has a lot of acquaintances, friends
Yeah.
of friends, so that's why it grows.
They all had a giant WhatsApp group, and every night or every weekend at least they would be like, "Where's the party? Who's going to be there? What's up?" And then
I think it-
everyone always knew where the party was at, and it all sort of went through her.
Well, like Glenn said, we came across your stuff during the pandemic, and that's when we honestly started watching YouTube religiously. Before that, we would just go on it to like check hotels out or travel spots. And then we started watching people like you and others that were kind of updating what was going on there because we wanted to come back, right? Kind
Sure.
of like the buddies you were talking about. And then as things regressed and you guys, started showing that stuff, Nikki quickly became the star of your channel.
Yeah, right. It's like, here's
Actually-
an empty street. Here's Nikki.
I did a mystery, right? Like for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years. Like let's do like blur me.
Well, it became a mystery, but
Yeah.
it started out of the whole fear thing because during that time, this is when the camera thing became verboten in the Philippines because what would happen is when you wanted to get into a club, whether it was open during curfew legally or it was a speakeasy vibe, they would take your cell phone and wrap the
Wrap it.
cameras
Yeah,
up
you
in tape.
mentioned that.
And then like if they saw you with your camera in the club and the tape was off it, they would either
Kick you out.
kick you out or take your camera. And then some clubs were like no cameras at all, and they had a giant like bin and you just throw your camera in it.
So
I'm
at
like,
what point did you become on the channel live? Because I remember me and Glenn being like, "Oh, the dude from Videolux has a
I
girlfriend
was-
now." Like,
I have been there, but
Yeah.
then after like a year, I said, let's do like,
right. So
let's
after
do
a
it.
year, like everybody
Blurry.
was like, don't put me on video. I don't want to be on video. Because the police would look on social media and say, oh, you were in a club. You violated curfew. You're under arrest. So all the Filipinos were like, don't put me on video. And she was just like, yeah, just blur my face out. And I'm like, okay, it's not going to
And
be
then a lot of
rocket science
people-
for them to figure out who you are, but if that's what you want. And then it turned into a mystery where guys are like, ooh, who's the girl with the blurred out face? And, then it was, of course, oh, she just wants her face blurred out. So, all the boyfriends that are paying for support overseas can't, see
oh
her in
yeah,
your
people are
videos.
gonna
And I'm
talk
like-
shit, right?
And then I'm just like, yeah, of course, bro. I'm like, who do you think's paying my rent? Like, I'm not gonna ruin a good thing here.
We don't want the benefactor to find out, right?
So, but then at some point I was just like, I don't know, it was mutual or I just got sick of it, or I'm like, look, this is like, no, this is silly. Let's stop.
It's just like a lot of work to
Yeah, and
do
Yeah.
the
it's
blurring, is it?
and it's sort of, I feel like it defeats the purpose of the video. But actually, she's been on keto what 8 weeks now?
More than.
Yeah, 8 to 10
Yeah,
weeks
you
on
look
keto.
thin.
Yeah,
And
You definitely look thin.
she's
And
crazy,
no
crazy.
alcohol for more than 2 months now. Because,
Wow.
Yeah.
before.
So the last time you drank was pretty much when you were with us last
Yeah,
time.
pretty much.
Yeah, got it.
Um,
Good for you.
but yeah, she like I was looking at her the other
hard keto
day.
and clean keto.
The
No.
yeah, she's not on dirty.
She's
keto.
is not helping though.
I'm more
to be honest.
I'm more like a dirty keto guy, but
Like I don't want to eat. No,
I'm like,
come on,
I'm
just
like,
one
it's
bite.
just a bite. You can
No.
have a bite, like there is a
on.
threshold for carbs. So
Yeah, I know, but I want to go on hard.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
You look great.
Thank you.
It's
She
does look
awesome.
great. So I'm trying to get more updated shots of her in the video. Like that stuff won't be up for weeks still, but
You're still working on the fitness channel, or are you just
yes, no, that's going live. I think next week, 1 or 2 weeks from now. It's been so much more work than I thought it was.
Really?
I figured I could just sit down and talk about my own experiences and my own. But then when I do that, I'm either slightly rambling. So then I'm like, all right, now I need more of an outline. So then I do the outline, and then it's a lot of like, well, and then I'm like, this video is just not compelling. And it's not like I'm, in a wonderful studio and the backdrop's, blah, and it's just me talking to the camera. So, I try to B-roll stuff in there, but what I ended up having really realized to do is like, I need to write a script. So then once I wrote the script, I also had to do additional research on it. So I'm like, if I mention something like ATP, adenosine triphosphate, like I can say that on the camera, but not everybody's going to know what that means or why it's important or what it, can do for you. So, and now I'm researching and then I'm supplementing the script with data, but I don't want it to be like, crazy, data. Like it's about how I did it naturally, how I still do it, and keep it accessible. Keep it accessible. Like I keep saying a lot in the scripts because it really is. It's a lot of little things done consistently. And the trick is to reprogram yourself. So the new channel is going to be called the Timeless Body Project, and it's based on the concept of ageless body, timeless mind, which at its core disassociates the concept of time from aging. So you might think, oh, I'm on the earth. I went around the sun 50 times. That makes me 50 years old. It doesn't. It just means you went around the sun 50 times. You learn to disassociate your actual age from that. And your concept of aging, where you're like, oh, I'm middle age. There is no middle age. You just exist. And you can exist in whatever state you provide for your body based on your gene expression. And I'm not going to get too much into it, but thank you for mentioning it.
No, I'm excited. Since the day we met you, your fucking age blew us away. How great you look. So I think with any of it's obviously a huge market in social media, fitness, and all that stuff. And no matter what, people are going to be interested. But the authenticity of it will help too, because people look at somebody that can be consistent and does
Sure.
have discipline, and that's what everybody wants to do. And like you said, it just keeps doing the little things over and over again to see results. And now that she's involved in
Yes.
dieting, and I mean, that's just
Like
going to add to it even more.
Like she looked fine before keto, and now she's
Of course.
just rocking. Like
I gained weight though during Bora. I'm
Oh, we all
before that,
did. We all did.
no, but before that, I already know I'm gaining weight, like fats, a lot of fats. I'm no longer like slim.
Well, because
I
you're
used
getting older, right? And
Yeah,
your
and-
lifestyle is.
But even if I eat less, I still like I feel bloated.
right, because it's what you eat.
Yeah. And then after that, I was like, after the diagnosis I had, because I got sick.
Yeah,
So I decided the doctor then told me like stop drinking alcohol like that, blah blah blah. You have to be healthy. I just choose to not to drink anymore, at least.
Yeah, the doctors here, the healthcare system here, it's it's shameful. She's had to go through a couple of things recently, and
Yeah.
I even living here for so long, I am shocked And then, not that I'll get too much into it, but if you look at the news right now, they're talking about the ghost projects and the
Yeah, yeah.
budget. And, it's a 518, trillion dollar budget, trillion peso budget. And they're saying that 20 to 30% of it is being pocketed every year. So that's
It's a lot of fucking
that's a
money.
lot of money. That's like, yeah, it's like 70 trillion a year that's going into somebody's pocket. And that 70 trillion, if you do the math, you divide 70 trillion by 180 million Filipinos, that's like 500,000 pesos. That's like 500,000 pesos to every Filipino person out there, let alone family. And that doesn't even cover half of it. The rest of that 500,000 could have been, so it's like it's a million pesos per person. So you give every Filipino 500,000 pesos, and then you still have another 500,000 left over to put into, a Medicare program or a hospital program. The schools aren't being built. Yeah, I was in a classroom. I did an interview with a teacher. There were like 60 kids in a classroom. It was like 1,000 degrees in there, and the hospitals are completely overwhelmed. Like there's a line. They have to spend 6, 7, 8 hours in a line just to get a ticket to get an appointment for the doctor. Like this could all be online. This could easily be online. You know, like it could. The
If you
systems,
go, if
the systems don't talk to each other here.
No, well, that's a good reason to take your health into your own hands, right?
Yes. Oh, that is that too. And then the last part, like you were saying, like, I could be like some 28-year-old, like, ectomorphic, like physically blessed guy and be on YouTube and be like, yeah, TRT and whatever, and like just eat macronutrient ratio. And I'm like, bro, you could eat cake all day and you'd look, like a GQ model. It's like, I'm not blessed like that. And I'm not 30 years old. And, it's like when you're pushing 60, like things change. And like if you can make it happen in your 50s and 60s, like that's something different than when you're in your 20s and 30s.
No, definitely. So you feel better, Nikki, now that you've changed your diet? You have more energy?
yes, much strong and not bloated anymore, and feeling much better.
Sleeps better.
And yes,
That's
I
your
sleep
body
more.
rewarding you, right?
Yeah, like oh my God, I can't believe it though, and I can't believe that I can stop drinking alcohol because
Yeah.
I call myself I call myself as a hardcore drinker because I'm mostly whiskey hard.
Yeah, no, you're
Alcohol.
definitely the girl I
I
know
don't
is a
like
hardcore
beer.
drinker for sure.
Yeah, and when you say hardcore drinking, it's not like we drink every day.
Yeah.
Like we might only drink once or twice a week, but when we do, it's
It's
pretty hardcore.
hard.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the thing.
Social drinker.
So 2 months without drinking.
Actually,
And rice.
first week of my keto and no alcohol. Like I feel like my shoulder, my arm is toned already. Like because before when I was getting fat, my arm also I don't like it anymore. Like it's getting fat, like saggy, and like and then after 1 week, my God, I can't believe just 1 week there's a result already. Then makes me to continue.
Yeah, motivated you.
Yeah, but also my health as well motivated me to push what I
Well,
like
no, I'm
started.
glad you brought that up. And now that we're kind of talking about fitness and health, that's something people don't realize is like it's your body can readapt so fast. And if you can just eat clean for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, you will see
Yeah.
changes. You will see quick results in that fact. And like it is motivating to keep you going. Problem is people just don't stick with it. Like you said, do the small things over and over again.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously everybody's body's different. Some people can see a quick result in 3 days. Some
Sure.
people take 2 weeks, but if you just stick with it,
Yeah.
you'll start to feel better and see those. I mean, you were probably just carrying a lot of water weight, from drinking alcohol in your diet. And then once you got those toxins out of your body, all of a sudden, boom, you feel better. Your arms
Much better.
thinned up and now you're
I'm
motivated
not
to keep
even
going.
pushed. I haven't pushed for workout yet. Like we used to do, like every day. Well, 5 days a week.
Yeah,
we
we
go.
were we
But
were in the
then,
gym a
like,
lot,
we don't go to the
but
gym.
now we're like on more of a rest cycle.
Yeah.
I mean, we still at the gym, but we'll take more days to rest. And
I'm somebody that works out every single day, and I'll be the first one to tell you working out is 100% overrated. It's 90% diet, 10% workout.
Yeah.
for sure.
I think a workout's better for just mental stability and just doing something you don't want to do and giving you that positive reinforcement. But as for like your physical body,
Yeah.
it's such a small percentage compared to what you eat.
Except for your muscles and your brain chemistry and your cardio. Like,
Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's
Right.
important, but to get results, it's 90% of what you're putting in your mouth versus
right.
what you're doing in the gym.
You're not going to jog off that cake.
No, there's no way.
Man, that reminded me of some. What was harder to give up, rice or booze?
I told myself it's so hard. I can't believe that I can give up rice. I am one of those Filipino like love rice is life.
Oh, it's a lot of people in this world. We live in Hawaii, and people that are from Hawaii, rice is life for them too.
And I eat a lot of rice, like every meal.
Ridiculous amount of rice.
Oh my god, I can't. It's unbelievable.
Like I can get away with, okay, one serving of rice per meal. Okay, I get it, but 3 servings of rice per meal, 3 times a day. I'm like, that's a lot of rice.
Rice is one of our argument. Like when it comes to rice, when we eat, like, come on, that's when you people get diabetes. The,
Yeah, rice is one of the things you just don't want to overeat. But as you slim down and feel better, you can go back to it, just not in the amounts you were in.
Right.
I don't know, but right now, no rice, strictly no rice, no plantain, no potato.
Nothing starchy.
You're probably
Not
like me.
starchy.
For me, it's all or nothing. Like I have a hard time. Like I couldn't like say like for you love rice. Like for me, if I was a rice lover like you, I couldn't have just one little bit.
Sure.
You know, it's for me, it's easier just to have none than have a little bit because I can't
Yeah,
stop myself.
better.
And that's the way, like, you know, me and Glenn are with booze. It's like I can't just go out and have a drink. I have 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I just don't do it at all, you know.
That's what I told.
So-
That's what I told him as well. The alcohol.
She's like,
I don't know.
she's like, you gotta lay off.
I don't want to drink alcohol because I know myself. Once I started,
Yeah,
it continued.
That's all four of us in this room. That's all. I mean, you saw us all in Borca. It's like one drink and we're all off and running, right? As soon as it hits the lips.
Sure.
Yeah, and on the new channel, like it's not just, you know, my lessons learned and advice and you know, stuff I research. It's diet. A lot of it's diet. So I share recipes. So like I'm like, look, I went to the Palenque today. This is what I bought. You know, this stuff's all fresh. These are all whole foods. This is how it's prepped. You know, this was supposed to be a stir fry, but you know, instead of putting it on rice, I'm going to take 1/3 of a cup of rice, put it in the stir fry, and mix it right up, and it just sort of gives it like a little volume.
Well, back to you've done that before on your channel. I've seen where you go to the store, buy some food, or go to the market, buy some food, and then cook, even before the fitness channel.
Because I've gone through a lot of iterations on like how to make videos and why I make videos, and at the bottom line, it sort of was always just this is my personal journey, my memoirs, my experiences in the Philippines, and sharing them, and then it sort of you know, YouTube kind of came into the picture, and it was like, you know, monetization and all these elements of it, and then you're like, okay, so I'm gonna make videos for people that are subscribed, and guys give me suggestions, or I follow the algorithm, whatever, you know. And then I'm like, well, they want to see all elements of Philippines lifestyle. So like I almost was like going to make it like on like a show that had like segments where it's like on this week on Tagalog, like learn how to say, you know, sucky bitch. Like no, like whatever. If I was giving you Tagalog lessons, it would probably be something crazy like that. But you know, it was going to have like, oh, this is this week's Tagalog segment. This is this week's, you know, food segment. This is this week's shopping segment. This is this week's. So without making it sort of that structured, I kind of just wanted to make it a blend of, you know, we go out at night and then you wake up in the morning, and then just like everybody else, it's gym or work, and then, you know, this is what a day in the Philippines is like. So
reality.
but then what ended up happening was the algorithm got confused. Like they keep changing this thing. So they're like, are you a nightlife channel? Are you a travel and lifestyle channel? Are you a fitness channel? Like, what are you? Like, they didn't know what to make of it. So, you know, it was always intended to be travel and lifestyle, or just lifestyle even, which could include all those elements, but not according to YouTube, apparently. So Recently, I've just I've tried to back out a lot of the fitness elements, back out a lot of the dietary and the shopping elements, and just kind of make it like I'll put it in there like, hey, we're gonna hit the market, and then show you a little bit of the market, and it's just like so you sort of still get that flow of lifestyle, but I don't go too deep in it. I'll do that on the new channel, for people that are really interested in the details, the macronutrient ratios, the medium chain triglycerides, the effect on the body, like how to dial in losing actual body fat in your 50s or 60s, and you got a fatty liver, like how you so many elements, so many elements.
No, we're excited to see where you go with it.
Thank you.
I love that type of stuff. And
I'm excited to see what I can do to pick up the production values from what I've produced so far. It's okay.
just stay consistent. You'll be fine. I have no doubt.
Thank you.
So for us in the future, since you guys are part of our team now, we're going to come back in December.
Wow.
And we'll be back, I believe, December 7th, and get you guys to join us for a night up in Angeles City again, because we're going to go up there at the beginning, and then we're going to come back to Manila, and we're having that launch party I told you about for
Yes.
the business endeavor that we've joined,
Yes.
which is My Philippines channel, which is a YouTube channel. It's like a travel TV show hosted
cool.
by Andrew Wolf, which is out now. I think he's got 2 or 3 episodes on, and then that's all going to feed into a website, a travel website that you can go on and book the different tours, like kind of what we did in Boracay when we went out on the boat and did different things. So that's what we have going. So we're gonna have a big launch party for that, probably December the 12th. And
That's great.
You guys will be on the guest list.
Fantastic. I was going to ask today. I was kind of curious because you'd mentioned like business endeavor, Philippines, and I knew we were coming back for it, but again, like I figured when the time is right, you'll.
Yeah, so it's not like it's a secret or anything. It's a slow process. So the guy's an Andrew Wolf. You probably know him. He's a
Sounds
local celebrity
familiar.
here. He hosts all the pageants, like the beauty pageants, and
We're not big on
anyways.
pageants.
Anyways, so we met him years ago.
I'm not good at names or faces.
You'd totally recognize his face because we walked down the street. He came out with us when we were with you guys in Makati last time.
Like that
Tall
half
Filipino guy, glasses.
Yeah. I'll show you.
We were all drunk by the time he showed up. But anyways, so we met him years ago. He owns a boat. He owned a little tour company down in El Nido, and so we rented his boat out years ago, like I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And so we've always been friends with him. And he came up with this website idea for linking those guys that do all those type of tours that don't have internet access in regards to booking trips.
Right.
So he's trying to tie all that together, and then obviously using social media and content to feed into that business.
Sure.
So yeah, he came to us with a proposal, and we agreed, and we jumped in with him, and here we go. So
Oh, I'll definitely take a look.
yeah, no, it should be cool. So with that being said, yeah, we definitely want you guys to come to the launch party, and then we're gonna set up a trip probably March, April for El Nido, and expect you guys to join on that one as
So
well.
awesome. I've been here going on 13 years, and I have been stymied every trip that I have tried to make to El Nido. Like something comes up somehow or the other. It's just like maybe this will be
This is
my one
it.
chance.
You're coming with us. This one's it.
Yeah.
So
It's like for me, it's every time is first time. Bora is my first time.
That was
that's
your
right.
first time to work, huh?
So wonderful.
you guys enjoyed that trip?
That was the
Oh my god,
best.
it's fabulous.
I lived in Boracay, and
I had fun so much.
I didn't have as good a time living there as I did when we went with you guys.
That was it was a good
Especially
trip.
the Tanduay. So,
Yeah, that
But
bottle.
it
just
was fun.
to echo something you were saying, like about the new business, and like he said, the businesses here that they might not have an internet presence or a website or that kind of thing. That's because just about everything in the Philippines, as far as local sites go, or internet access or contact information, it's all Facebook. Like some of them are getting into Instagram now, but like you can't go online and find a website for more than half of the businesses here. You go on their Facebook, you call their number, it doesn't get answered. You send them an email, it doesn't get answered. You message them on Facebook, they're like, "Sir, ma'am, how can I help you?" It's like it's all Facebook.
That's the model he's trying to change.
Yeah, but exactly, like, so what's going on behind the scenes to get all of those businesses roped into a platform where they don't have to deal with all that? I mean, if you understand, back end and tech and tables and all the stuff, like it's relatively straightforward to make a system to manage that. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, and it's definitely work to maintain, but yeah, that's a great concept. And the Philippines is way overdue for that because, like we were saying earlier, none of the systems talk to each other here. It's maddening.
No, that's the problem, and I think that's kind of his vision. And I totally agree with what you're saying because it's so many times I Google something here and then I click the website link
Right.
and it takes you to a Facebook page,
Yep.
and you're just like, God damn it.
Like,
But that's what his whole, that's why he started the YouTube channel and the social media channel, because that's obviously a presence here. Facebook's huge here. So if you can funnel people from Facebook to the
yeah.
real link, and the real
Right.
web page to get business. So.
yeah, my Facebook has never been much of anything simply because I just don't really like Facebook.
No, you mentioned that in the last podcast.
But her Facebook is pretty darn big, and we've now recently started like looking at funneling it.
Not big.
More so much for her. It was for a while. It's still big, like compared to mine, it's huge. But
I got monetized.
yeah, like between her Facebook, her TikTok, and her IG, it's tens of thousands of followers. And the thing is, like, now that she's monetized, like it's like, all right, we'll definitely create a funnel towards
Well,
this.
my advice, Nikki, is run wild with your fitness journey on Facebook.
Thinking
Yeah,
of
she's starting.
keto.
She's starting.
Like, no, I mean, people love that stuff. And it's like, I can imagine there's a lot of Filipinos that are on Facebook that would love to hear what you have to say and model their diet or their lifestyle after what you're doing.
Especially
I
with
think
the
it could
rice
be-
issue.
Yeah, no, it's,
You could motivate an entire nation to give
The
up
thing
rice.
is, like, I'm doing experiment as well because, like, for example, most of my posts before they the Meta flag it all the time, but then I'll post something, but the same. I post another. It's the same post, but different
Context. a different-
different caption.
Yeah.
Or like let's say caption, and then they won't flag it. Same video or same post, same picture I will post, they will flag it. But then if there's different caption, they won't flag it. They approve it.
Right. Health related, lifestyle related,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. They seem to approve it,
I did a
especially if she has text on it.
I did workout video as well. They flagged it.
Constantly flagging her workout videos.
I
Yes.
wonder why.
Skimpy workout
They-
outfits, I'm sure.
I don't know because they don't really tell what is.
Right.
They
Yeah,
have
they,
like
they don't give you a
many,
description.
Many,
Yeah, they just
There
say
is, but not specific.
Yeah.
They have like
community guideline,
Yeah.
Right.
bullshit like that.
We got some advice. It's just if you post something and it doesn't work, you can just try to repost it because sometimes it's always the person reviewing it.
Yep,
They're
there's that.
I mean,
reviews.
it is posted, but it's issue. It has an issue, and then it's also give you, when it flag, it will lessen your
Monetization, yeah.
the reach for to show
reach,
your.
right. So you get less
your,
engagement.
yeah, less engagement,
Yeah.
and it is one way possible. Will remove your monetization as well.
Right.
So you have to, if I remove it, I will delete it, and then I will re-edit it, and then think of something else, like what to put. So I'm using ChatGPT. I'm getting addicted though.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
something we
Creating my own
we've
recipe, like I love making food, my
been,
own recipe, and then I've been trying to I will write down, and then I will ask ChatGPT, can you make this professional? And then
it.
I've
There
been-
you go.
Yeah.
Well, something we've learned, and it just comes down to fucking corporate greed at the end of the day. The more your channel grows and gets successful, the lighter they are on you for those things. Because once they have an asset that's growing,
Yes.
they don't want to hamper it. But at the beginning, it's like, yeah, look, we enforce our guidelines. Look at poor Nikki. She has 10 followers and she did this and we stopped her. But when Nikki has 100,000 followers, they're like, all right,
Right.
we'll let her get away with this one because she's making
Yep.
us money. So there is that element too. So as you grow, I think it will become softer on you, the rules for
That's
sure.
true. Yeah, unless you buck the narrative, they will let you slide on stuff. And I bucked the narrative, which is
Yeah, I mean,
why they're
there's
not
definitely
letting me
ways you
slide.
can get kicked off no matter
Oh my
what, but
God.
you just got to stay away from those.
They're like, yes, this is happening in the world today, and I'm like,
Yeah, we don't want to get into all that good
we
stuff.
don't. Yeah, I don't get into it anymore. But yeah, like what he's saying is true. Like you kind of have to play by the rules.
Yeah, I am. I'm learning. Like,
No, stay with it because the fitness journey stuff, it's going to be successful for you. I have no doubt. I mean,
Yeah, she's even making a bit of a cameo on the new channel for me.
huh?
you got to bring her along.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's the star.
The other day, you were showing me stretches and stuff.
Oh,
I'm like, guys, this is a stretch I do, but you don't want to see me doing it.
it's so
It's
hard.
not a pretty sight. I'm like, this is how it's done.
There you go. We'll go with the Nikki for the yoga poses.
Exactly. But then again, that's like with her post too. It's like, I'm like, honey, that's a great workout video, but the camera's kind of like focused on the tight yoga pants and the butt sort of like in the screen when the squat's coming down. I'm like, you might see why they flagged that one. I'm like, let's change the camera angle.
Change the view, yeah.
Right. I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm happy with the view for my own personal viewing, considerations, but so yeah, it's a completely different platform than YouTube, and it's not my cup of tea, but she seems to be doing real well with it.
Yeah, stay with it, Nikki. I think you'll have a lot of success.
There's a lot of ways that you can make through Facebook, though. Like, there's a lot of tools that you can get monetized.
Oh, definitely.
But if you're late, if you were late, you cannot get other tools.
They drive you, in other words. They'll give you like, you got to do, 30 posts this week. You need 500 engagement. You need like they drive you.
So I joined some groups and then I reposted my reels, whatsoever post. Because there's a lot of tasks as well that you have to complete within the time.
Right, the tasks, like the
And then that will give you as well
engagement
more
tasks,
privilege.
the post tasks.
Yes.
Well, yeah, before you leave, I got to make sure we have your Facebook. I'm not sure.
I think I followed you.
I think
I
I've seen it.
tagged you.
Yeah. We need to
We'll send it.
help
send
you
it
out
over.
on that
Thank you.
regard.
Yeah, and send me over the Wolf. What's it, Andrew Wolf?
Yeah,
Send
my
me-
Philippines channel.
Send me that over. I want to take a look.
Definitely. So yeah, no, let's not forget about El Nido, and I mean just
No, it's already on the
full
calendar.
disclosure. Full disclosure with you guys. Me and Glenn have traveled with a bunch of different groups over the years and different people, and you guys are awesome to travel with.
Oh,
Like
thank
you
you.
guys are a lot of fun, and you never really get to know people until you like travel with them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you guys were awesome. We had a great time with you. So yeah, our
No.
invitation is always open for you guys to join us
Thank
because
you.
we all get along and have a great time.
And it goes both ways. Like you guys are great to travel with.
Yes.
And especially on such a massive event like the last time you were out, like managing all that, like even with like a couple support guys and stuff, like that was a lot. And then you got the monster, of course, So that's sort of always like an added.
Yeah, he just comes along
Yeah,
for the
it's like-
ride.
It's like this is either a bonus or not. It's like
It's a liability.
for the most part, yeah, it's all right. Bonus reliability.
But honestly, that's one of the things that you notice and appreciate that.
Yeah.
Which makes it fun to do for
Oh,
people
I
because a
agree.
lot of people don't realize the work and the organization that goes into mobilizing
That was-
a trip like that
Yeah,
with
was
that
a
many
lot,
people.
man.
So
that was a lot.
I appreciate you noticing, and that's probably why we get along with you guys so well. And
Yeah, and I enjoy, the different perspectives and stuff. Like one of those Baraki videos I produced was sort of like, don't just watch this video. Like watch. I keep tagging single at 40, single at 40, single at 40. But the other one is
passport ready.
passport ready. So, they post some of their content on single at 40 and more of the travel related content on passport ready. So, but I talk single at 40 in the video, but then it's just like, watch this journey through single at 40, watch this journey through, JB's channel. He came in from Thailand for this, or watch this through, Lexi TV's. Like all these people are here having the same adventure, but having completely different experiences and perspectives on it. And like, I really like that whole community element and of course, like you sort of, in order to create the community, you have to declare it and drive it. So that's the power of what you're doing. People don't realize that they can create communities. And when you create a community, you become a leader inside of it. And then the best leaders create leaders to run those communities once they've sort of moved on. So I feel like there's a lot of that going on here, and it's been empowering. It's been inspiring. I'm happy to be a part of it.
We appreciate it. It's been fun to say the least, right?
I can't wait to see. It's been great. I can't wait to see what the new website brings.
Yeah, hopefully it brings a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
Yeah. And I have a couple resources for you. We'll talk about that offline.
Cool.
Like some significant resources. Actually, maybe later tonight. You'll meet one of the guys. But there's a lot of opportunity. That's all I'll say.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming down and sitting down again. Every time we're in the Philippines and we have a big hotel suite like this, we got to do a podcast with you guys. It's always fun to hear what you guys are up to and just bullshit.
The suite is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, it's huge.
The bedroom is just, I'm like, yeah, ready to go.
When I found out this one had a kitchen table, I was like, perfect. Because if you remember the last one, we had the minier
Yeah.
suite to this, and there was barely enough room for me and you. And we wanted to bring Nikki on the podcast, not even knowing that you have a growing Facebook channel that you're trying to promote, which is awesome.
Right.
So I'm glad you're on the podcast, and
Thanks.
hopefully we can take some clips of this, and
Yeah.
you can repost them on your stuff, get more engagement for yourself. So
Definitely.
Thank you.
grow the community.
Yeah, you know,
Try.
was it last week? I came off I did a 72-hour saltwater fast.
You're a savage.
It was nuts. I only made it to 60 hours, but you start it because I didn't prep well enough. And that's, again, what I talk about on the new channel. But first thing you do is like you wake up in the morning, so you haven't eaten for what, 8, 10, 12 hours. You're already 12 hours into the fast. You grab a liter of warm salt water, like a tablespoon of good salt, and then you pound it within 5 minutes. And then within 30 minutes, guarantee you're going to be like, yeah, restroom. I'm sorry, where's that? And then you don't eat for 3 days, or 2.5 days at that point. And the day after I came off the fast, like that day, I only ate like maybe some keto peanut butter and like half a keto meal she prepared. It was like fish and a broccoli or something, and an egg.
Always egg.
Always
Every
eggs.
meal
And,
I always
The
egg.
next day, I looked in the mirror and my face was like so tapered. I was like, wow.
Like, I like this.
I'm like 3 days, and I'm like, yeah, it's like, and the fast, man, it just resets so many things. Like, but it made an incredible difference with Nikki. I'd ask you to stand up
I
for the
didn't even
cameras
fast.
to show off this fantastic physique, but of course you won't. They're too shy. Now, if we'd have been drinking champagne this whole podcast, she'd be up like, yeah.
The reserved sober Nikki.
That's what Filipinas are all about, man. Like a couple of drinks and they're next level.
Well, that was the part of the fun.
Obvi-
Start.
Totally. Well, awesome, guys. We'll do it again soon.
Yeah.
And I look forward to December, and we'll keep going.
My pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Let's keep it rolling.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.